Okay, this is going to be a long video because I've got a lot to discuss on this topic. What if all of humanity were to become Viltrumites? First off, a single Viltrumite is basically, in our standards, an apocalyptic level event. So, all of a sudden, overnight, making 8 billion plus people into walking apocalypses is just going to be devastating. Now, first thing I want to talk about, I think when it comes to us becoming Viltrumites, it would actually make us more peaceful, at least for Earth. And the reason I say that is because there are multiple people that would realize we're basically gods now. And they would realize that this overwhelming speed and overwhelming strength would basically be like the same kind of consequences on a battlefield as dropping nukes on each other in war. It would guarantee mutually assured destruction because of how powerful even a single Viltrumite would be on Earth. Like, think about it. A single punch on the ground could cause catastrophic earthquakes, and we could fly and move fast enough that it could ignite our atmosphere. So even a single average Viltrumite is more devastating than practically any weapon in human history. So, although there would likely still be the occasional conflict, because that's likely going to happen in the first place, I'm pretty sure in the grand scheme of things, it would almost make wars, at least by human standards, stop. And if we retain our humanity, like our human mindsets, then we basically, at least most people on Earth, would basically be like Mark. Having the power of a Viltrumite, but still having the mindset of a human. Now, sadly, I still think that we would pretty much try to conquer the planets and see if there's other life in the universe. Especially knowing that now you could basically just hold your breath with one lungful of oxygen and just go out for days, if not weeks, just flying through space at massively faster than light speeds. And the absolute thought of a conflict against another species, unless they are eclipsing anything humanity ever created, a single Viltrumite would be enough to take down most people. Like, think about it. If you just put an average Viltrumite on our Earth right now, even if we manage to win with our most advanced tech, the costs and catastrophe that would be the aftermath of even the average Viltrumite attacking Earth would be devastating. They would be classified as an apocalyptic event. And now, if we were to go out and take over other planets and conquer the solar system, galaxies, hell, even the universe, that would be 8 billion plus and growing Viltrumites just going throughout space. Now, you guys remember that one trend about like the indomitable human spirit and how it also evolved to where it was like talking about how humans were meant to conquer the stars, or wherever I heard that like quote used. I saw like artists making art and using that quote. You have the indomitable human spirit with the body of a Viltrumite. There is nothing stopping us from trying to conquer the universe. And I know that sounds kind of messed up that we'd likely devolve to conquering, but think about it. Like, look what humanity does. Despite how much optimism you might have, when humanity sees something powerful, we try to control it. And if we can't control it, we try to conquer it. So now, giving people with that kind of mindset the power to do that, it just means we're going to make humanity like a galactic empire. And when you throw in the resilience that a Viltrumite can handle, like damage-wise, with the human spirit to keep going despite injuries, and it would take nothing short of complete destruction of the body just to make one of us stop fighting. Let alone a full-scale invasion of billions. Also, now that we'd actually have the power to go out for weeks or even months into space without even needing to spend God knows how long building shuttles, combined with the fact that we technologically advance at such an exponentially fast speed that's basically been snowballing the past couple decades at a faster and faster rate. Now that we have the possible resources that exist in space, there is no telling how technologically advanced we would get as a species. Like, think of the most advanced tech, hell, even just 20 years ago, let alone 100 years ago, And now imagine if that same exponential rate of growth for technological advancement were to be like 100-fold faster, thanks to us not only being physically more capable, but also have far more resources than just what's locked on our own planet. And I'm not even exaggerating, it took us a longer span of time to go from one material to make a sword to another material to make a sword than it took to go from that new material sword to the atom bomb. So you throw in everything that I've already mentioned, combine with that exponential growth rate of technological advancement and consistent evolving mindsets that humanity basically just keeps getting. With this new kind of physiology that our bodies would now be taking on, I'm convinced, give us like a decade and we'd have it to where we are turning stars into planetary energy generators. I think it's called like a Dyson sphere or something like that. And due to the fact that Viltrumites can live for hundreds and thousands of years just for a single, even the average Viltrumite can live this long. Meaning the wisest of humanity would be able to live for countless centuries to keep advancing their own knowledge and even documenting their knowledge for future generations. Again, resulting in countlessly evolving mental states, countlessly evolving mindsets. And that whole snowballing technology advancement that I mentioned, from like the swords to the atom bomb, would just grow wider and wider by the year. Hell, even by the year 3000 alone, if we just turned into Viltrumites tomorrow, we would be unrecognizable compared to what we are today. Our most advanced tech that we have on Earth right now would be something that a child would likely be able to create in this new society. Now, sadly, in the grand scheme of things, there's likely obviously going to be a percentage of people that let this new power go to their head, resulting in likely a subsection of this new species basically becoming more like Saiyans from Dragon Ball, or hell, even just more like the canon Viltrumites, which just go out and try to conquer planets just because they feel like they have the right to. But yeah, I'm not sure how much stuff I could really even talk about besides everything. Like, there's so much possibilities for having the human mind with the advanced physiology that comes with being a Viltrumite, having that long of a lifespan, having the enhanced physical stats, being able to traverse space without having to spend billions of dollars just to go just to the moon. Think about it. It took Omni-Man like a week to reach another galaxy. That kind of distance is incomprehensible for us at the moment with current human technology. You could put basically a newborn child into a spacecraft, and by the time we reach a new galaxy, they'd have already aged and died. Just if they lived to the age of like 90, we still wouldn't even be in this new galaxy by the time their bones were turned to dust. And the fact that we would be casually having access to faster than light speeds for even the average citizen, like, taking control of the speed of light would just advance us so far just by itself, let alone quite literally everything else that we would now be able to access thanks to our enhanced physiology we'd get from this.